Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Our next speaker is a traditional Chinese medicine, or popularly known as TCM practitioner, Mr. Wee Tong. Mr. Wee graduated from the University of Jiangxi Traditional Chinese Medicine of Nanchang in China. He has 15 years of clinical experience in TCM, with particular interest in working with patients with issues related to muscle and joint pain due to work on sports injuries, digestive disorders associated with gallbladder inflammation, constipation, diarrhea, flatulence, irritable bowel syndrome, and weight loss. He is not only a TCM practitioner, but what's interesting about him is he also uses Ayurveda therapy to complement his TCM practice. Can these two methods be used together? Or will there be any conflict or contraindication between TCM and Ayurveda? Let's hear from him, Mr. Wee Tong, on TCM Ayurveda, a Sino-Indian Holistic Approach for better health. Over to you, Mr. Wee Tong.
Good afternoon. Give another round of applause to the Madam Hyung for the Ayurveda topic. Actually, Madam Hyung is my mentor for the Ayurveda. Every time I eat roti, I eat the hard-boiled egg, then putting the soy sauce, then I think of Madam Hyung. Then I drink water filter, then I would think of Madam Hyung. Why? I would check whether the water filter is properly boiled. Madam Hyung have a much impact on my daily life and also in my practice. My name is Wee Tong. I'm the TCM physician. You can call me Sensei as well. Today I'm so honored to be invited by the Bante Agachita to give this very special topic about TCM and Ayurveda. A Sino-Indian Holistic Approach for the better health. The keyword is for better health. The Sino means Chinese way, and the Indian is the Ayurveda way. Today's topic is about how I combine these two together in my daily practice. This is my background. Just now, the host also introduced a bit about me. This is my clinic. I use a lot of needle. Some of you might be very scared of needle. I will explain why the needle acupuncture therapy is very useful in the overall treatments. Today is about the TCM combining with the Ayurveda. I won't talk much about the Ayurveda methods because Madam Hyung already covered some of the way to use it and why you need to use it. I'm going to talk about some general use of my practice. Talk about TCM, you must know, we call it traditional Chinese medicines. This is very big topics, okay? But I only cover a bit which I practice every day. For the TCM physician, we don't use all methods of diagnosis. We're only using certain part of diagnosis methods, which is, we find it very effective to solve the problems of our patients. We talk about the Ayurveda. Just now, the Madam Hyung cover. In Sanskrit, Ayu means life, and Veda means knowledge or science. And together, it means the science of life. Ayurveda is a traditional Indian medicine. It's a wide range of the treatments, including Panchakarma, yoga, massage, acupuncture, and herbal medicines. Yoga, you should know quite well. It's an exercise. And massage, you're also quite familiar. Acupuncture, you'll be surprised. For the Ayurveda, they're also using acupuncture in their practice. Not for the herbal medicine, they also use a lot. The most key things about the Panchakarma. This one I'll cover later. For the 5 Panchakarma therapies of an Indian, the first thing about the Vamana. And some of you might heard people go to the Indian of a Karama. Karama is the origin of the Indians. They practice a lot, and it's a very popular way. Vamana, through the vomiting, they will cut up to the toxic accumulated at the lung area and the throat area. Secondly, we call Virachana. Virachana, you must take note, is called therapeutic purgation. So the toxic actually accumulated at the guts, especially at the small intestine area and also at the colons area. Through the passing motion, it cuts out the toxic out of the body. So this is Virachana It's more related to today's topics. The third is the Nasha. Nasha medication is also very popular. If you go to the Kerala, mostly they will practice put the oil in the nose. Some of you might find very scary, but I heard it's quite useful. Third, will be the Basti. Basti you see very familiar. Normally we saw the coffee enema, but they're using the medical oil, the herbal decoction. They put into the backside and cuts out all the toxic from the colon areas. Okay, last thing is about the ductal motion, or we call blood purification of the leech therapy. So this method TCM also using quite a lot. So, but we're using cupping like in TCM. But I heard in Malaysia more Malay using leech therapy. It's very scary. But today we only talk about these two, Vera Chan and the Basti. Like the Four Noble Truths, especially the first Noble Truth, life is full of suffering and sorrow. Our TCM also have our own Four Noble Truths. Don't find it very offensive. First thing, the four key TCM principle. The first one is about our body is an integrated whole. Secondly, we are connected to the nature. And third, we are born with the natural self-healing ability, which quite jives with these few days, the Dana therapy talks. And the last, just now the Madam Hyung mentioned, the prevention is the best cure. This part is very interesting. Then we will cover it one by one. Our content will be revolving about these four principles. As a TCM physician, we really feel the life is really suffering. Why we think that way? Because every day we're dealing with a lot of patients. They are full of suffering and sorrows. The number one patient come to my clinic is a sprained ankle. Okay, people, crack. The client staircase or going down staircase, crack. Secondly, they have very common one, especially ladies. You know why our TCM patient mostly is lady? Because lady feel a bit pain, they cannot tahan. Then they will complain to the husband, the partners. Then they cannot sleep properly. Then every family member will suffer. So that's why our patient mostly is lady. Why not female? Then you know a lot of family, small kids, they cannot remember whether they are akong or not. Usually for male, they will tahan until they get used to it. Then one day, they come for treatment very seriously, almost at a very serious stage. Third one will be the back pain. Back pain is very common nowadays, especially for people in the workplace and during sport. What kind of majorly exercise is badminton. Secondly is the futsal and some running exercise and cycling. Then there will be the knee pain, will be the number 4 kind of the sport injury come to my clinic. And the last one will be, this one is not ordinary. You will see back pain. Actually, some people say back pain, including the upper pain. So when you come to our clinic, you must know whether it's lower back pain or upper back pain. Upper back pain, you must classify it correctly. You need to go for overhaul. Madam Hyung way or overhaul. Okay. Second things, when you have an abdomen pain at the right side, and you also have a stomach bloating, then you also need to go for the overhaul of the Madam Hyung. Okay, this one will cover it later. The first principle of the body is an integrated whole. This is our TCM setting, actually very simple, just a table. Different people have a different style of operating their clinic. Some of you might go to the Chris Leong, hoo-ha. Now it's very popular one is the Master Jack in the Bukit Mentajam. And we have a Baba Chong at the Malacca. Then one massaging for the heart problems. Okay, the one IJM also recommend. And we have different way of the TCM treatment. But they only do part of the TCM way. And some of them quite costly. Some of you also exposed to the TikTok and also to the social media about some health tips about the herbal soup or herbal tea and some exercise and some Qigong as well. For us, our TCM more specified we focus more on the body posture. In a way, for example, if you want to go for the Vipassana, if your back pain, your leg pain, how are you going to meditate for hours? Am I right? And some people having back problem, they practice yoga. It's a very painful thing. Let's say you want to slim down your body, they want to go for exercise, you go jogging, but when you have a knee pain, how are you going to continue doing this? This one, it will get further serious for your problems. For us, we will go for the pulse diagnosis. Diagnosis is actually very complicated. I'll only cover a bit later. This is the tongue diagnosis. Diagnosis is very simple. You can do it yourself. You can tell whether your bone is aligned properly or not. And through some example. The third is very interesting for fingerprint diagnosis. It's not feng shui, this one. This one, you can very useful tips. Whether you're on the way to the Menara overhaul or not. You can classify probably 0 to 10, whether you're at the level 1 or level 2 or level 3, level 4. From this one can tell whether you are at which level. If at 5 stage, 6, 7, 8, probably you need to see Menara, okay, overhaul. And the last is postures, which is very important. A lot of TCM practitioners, they didn't really pay attention to this posture. They find this exercise and also this diagnosis method and the palpation method very useful. Okay, our body actually, when the people come to our clinic, we treat it as a bungalow. Bungalow looks very complicated. But to me, we need to use Superman, the laser eyes. So we need to see the actual skeletons, the main frameworks. I always show using the APP, we show people how they look like. Okay, there's a skeleton. Okay, usually I observe the spinal curvature. This is the popular words for that. You'll be surprised, not many people, they actually can do this. And mostly they only can do this. And some even halfway. This posture actually very important. And through the palpation method, you also can tell them whether they are fall into which category. And from my years of practice, mostly they only fall under these 4. First, A1 is the light thoracic scoliosis. B is left lumbar scoliosis. And a lot of people fall under this. This is what you call C shape, small c or big C. A lot of people, they come to our clinic when they are bent down, then immediately we can identify they're actually on the left one. Left lumbar mostly useful, people using the right hand. The third one will be right thoracic and the lumbar. They have 2 in 1, fusion. This one also got a bit. D is the most serious one. Yeah, you saw a lot of people go on the newspaper, they're asking for donation for the surgery, asking for 65,000. Usually for small kids at the age of 18. It means at the early stage, the parent didn't identify the problems earlier. And some of the children, especially small kids, female kids, and younger, if you have a family history, let's say the auntie, their mother, they have a scoliosis history, mostly at the age of the 14 years old, they already start developing the scoliosis method. At the time reaching 18 years old, they're getting very serious. And the operation very costly. They cost you simply 65,000 and more. This is very useful diagnosis method. The other one we call palpation of the cervical spine. By touching the cervical of the left or right, then we can tell the people whether have body alignment issue. Never underestimate the body alignment issue. Some of you have been to the Telok Intan. Base of the tower is sengek area. The base is sengek, so the top also sengek. Some like the human body also. Let's say your body is sengek, then your upper side also disaligned. When you're having the body alignment issue, it tends to have the spinal angle, as mentioned, the stiff neck, and also back pain, also the knee pain. So in our clinic now, we will treat at our patient, our client, no difference like the wheel car alignment shop. It's true. They always talk about alignment. When you talk to the patient about what yin, yang, liver, stagnation, all this, they don't understand one. They will say your car, no? Your car alignment, jalan already. It's easy to communicate. Like a mechanic. The car have two wheels, they can both wheels, they'll be aligned inward or outward. Our main things we have to achieve to this level. Mostly if you find yourself on the cervical spine, mostly is the cervical 4, 5, 6 at the lower area, or at the left side, when you bend down, you feel this side higher than the other one. Or you can observe your family members. If they had these two happen, it means you have long leg, short leg. You see, this patient, when they lie down at the particular postures, this one you need to lie down, only can tell where you. For us, we touch the neck and the back, you already know already. For the layman, you need to lie down, okay? You need to lie down at this posture. We also need some adjustment. Then we snap photo from the top, then you will see like that. For people have a hip problem, this is hip. Usually this side higher than the other side. This one for the right-hander user, mostly. I would say 90% of them, mostly they have a right hip higher than the other one. When the right higher the one, they have the left of the lumbar, they shifted one side, and also the neck was shifted to one side. So this is a treatment through the cupping, acupuncture. For serious one, we will apply the electrical acupuncture, which is we call EA. And last will be the bone alignment. What we practice is osteopathy method, not those chiropractor method. So this is before, so this is after. Our objective to achieve this. Okay, when you are doing jogging, if your leg not aligned properly, then your knee will be habis. Now the surgery for the knee are very expensive. Recently, I had one patient, he went for Tongxin, for 2 legs together, 34,000. This is considered very cheap. And mostly, if you do it one single one, mostly cost you easily 30 over thousand. It's very costly, so you must be careful if you have obesity problems. And what other type of diagnosis come into the pictures? So mostly it's the tongue. Tongue is very useful. Very rare people, they notice that the tongue can tell a lot of information apart from the traditional way. So you can see this neck area, the upper area, actually you can observe here. And this area also representing the shoulder area. The back actually is the knee, the back problems. You can observe from the tongue. We have some example to guide you through. As I mentioned, for this case, I have a shoulder and neck stiffness. Okay, very common. So you see the tongue. Usually we use the snap photo, three photo. You come to a clinic, we're using camera to snap at the fixed space. So this is without the lighting. When you stretch out the tongue, it must be in very relaxing manner. Okay, this one with the flashlight. And this one under the tongue with the flashlight. You can see the tongue. Actually, you find it very narrow here. This area actually very stiff. You have the muscle actually quite stiff. Then only it reflect on the tongue. So after cupping the alignment, then you see the tongue become wider. And the shoulder and neck problem resolve. This is very simple practice of our daily clinic do. Okay, second example for this one is a lady, archery, I think from UK, 24 years old. He having the back pain. You see the tongue, you find one side higher than the other one. This side higher than this one. You can look into the window. Let's say you have a chronic pain at the back. If your lower part of the tongue higher than the other side, like this lady do, actually her side always, this side higher when you bend down. She's not comfortable. She's working in the UK. She always feel discomfort because she need to do a lot of sitting in long hours. So after the treatment and plus the electric acupuncture, we call EA. EA actually, we have a way to collect the posture. Then after the treatment, then you find this side not so high than the other one. See? Just only 3 treatments. Some TCM treatment, you can adjust posture in very fast way, beyond your imagination. So this is the other one. So this male, 51 years old, you see a tongue. Anyone guess what problem is it? Stroke. Consenting? No. Anything? Anyone? This one for heart problems. You see, the tongue, actually, they shifted to one side. It means the spinal actually twisted to one side. When you look at the camera in the front, but you still see the tongue shifted to one side. This means the body, the spine actually twisted. And the front also very narrow. Okay, this problem actually, they are queuing for balloon angioplasty. Unfortunately, the fellow supposed to have an operation date on March, but she was told that her appointment will be postponed to January of 2025. So, yeah, it's true. You don't have much budget. The government, Selayang, I think, Hospital Selayang. So she had no choice. She had to come for the treatments. So otherwise, she might, apart from Baba Chong, usually IGM, you ask for people go for Baba Chong, ulut, very fast. They don't charge much, but this is one of the hope. So for us, we are also doing different way. So we're doing the cupping, we're doing the acupuncture, we also do the dry needle as well, and also the alignment. Then after treatment, they see it be wider. The front side of the tongue being widened up. After the treatment, the patient actually they feel relief, much relief. People with the heart problem, you can check with them. Mostly, even the high blood pressure people, they actually have a cervical disorder. When you're having the cervical disorder, means the blood flow supply to the head lesser. So you easily get dizziness, kind of the stroke symptom in their blood. So the pulsing diagnosis, they also can tell a lot of things. We can tell whether the treatment should focus on the upper part, middle part, or the lower part. This is the finger posture. You can check your palm on the index finger, whether got the asterisk shape. If you have a very, very obvious asterisk shape, like me, means you are almost sitting for the gallbladder removal already. And the other one, not so serious one, to be hash type thing. This is less important. Means you have growth problem 0 to 10. This one probably 2 or 3 only. It's at the early stage of the gallbladder inflammations. We are talking about the size of the gallbladder stone, or you have a, plus the right upper back pain. This is Madam Hyung told me. During her service in Australia, she found a lot of people sitting for operation. For the second day operation, they come, always have back pain at the right shoulder, especially on the right side. Why is this? Because 2/3 of the liver is here. On the right side, this is the shadow of the gallbladder. So when the people having the right side of the upper back problem, they tend to have a gallbladder, but you better go for the ultrasound. Same go to the right upper abdomen pain. After eating, you feel bloating, not comfortable, almost every day after every meal. Then you fall under very high risk group of the gallbladder problems. Gallbladder problem is very complicated. Also, it's known as the silent killer, also the time bomb. Very rare people recognize the crisis of this. Even in my TCM, my friend, they don't really focus on this. They will treat it as a normal, very reflux, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, this kind of, or stomach pain, ulcer, these problems. But mostly it's related to gallbladder and liver problems. Actually, very few people, they know this, the gallbladder fluid, the green color one, actually have an impact on the muscle. Whether your muscle stiff or not stiff is related to whether this the gallbladder fluid is
they run through and they will blend into your digestion system properly. If you, let's say you don't eat in the morning for a long time, you skip the breakfast, also you don't eat properly at the proper hours. So this one, also you have a developed the gallbladder. My recent case, the one developed gallbladder, Italy, one big pack, many stone. They have one this 44 mm. In hospital, if you diagnose, they check your gallbladder size more than 10 mm, they will ask you for operation. For the case of my patient, there's 11.7 stuck here and 8 mm stuck there. More than 10, then you very easy develop a lot of stomach problem. Mostly the layman never think of it could be the gallbladder problems. Okay, this is the other case for the more related to gallbladder problems. So usually I will blend the TCM diagnosis with the Ayurveda methods. You will reflect on this example. For this patient, you see the tongue underneath very dark one. You can do it into the media. This is called sublingual vein. When you find your sublingual vein very red, then you are in trouble. Sublingual vein in TCM is symbolizing its liver conditions. After Ayurveda treatment, you find the stone being cast up through the water-soluble methods, also the oil-soluble methods. See the tongue? Clear. We don't adjust it. It's just clear. The crisis is not there. You see, you don't see very much bigger stone inside. Or this is probably at the stage from 0 to 10, 3 or 4 only. Or then not out to, I need to remove the gallbladder. Some patients, I will teach them for family to guide them to judge whether the stomach problem, whether it's related to the gallbladder stone problems. Okay. The second principle, we are body connected by the nature, and our TCM, our body like house. So when young, everything good. We eat, everything also okay. And our house, like the door is closed, the window is closed. Okay. But we age catching up, eat a lot of toxic food, then our house will be on the windy days. So the door open, the window also open. When the door open, what happened? Because we eat a lot, we enjoy food due to what Bande say, desire. We enjoy food and problems also follow. Like ABC, Jendo, Taiping, exposed to the rain. In short distance, you don't want to take all the trouble to put the umbrella, then you canal the rain at the hair. And exposed to the aircon, probably above 25 degrees overnight. And also, I don't want to mention the brand, there will be trouble. The water filter, you don't cook, straight away, drink the filtered water. This all will cause problems. We go to the third principle. We are born with the natural healing abilities. So according to our very classic book of the Shang Han Lun, they guide us, the TCM, to look at things. In TCM, we have 6 stages of a disease. Because our body very easily violated by wind, cold, fire, dryness, damp, and summer heat. This is the 6th stage of the disease. How to know whether you are at which level? For example, level 1. So let's say you have a fever, you have a headache, so you have a runny nose. It means you're already at level stage 1 already. In TCM, we have a lot of ways to fix this problem. So when the problem comes in, more serious, and let's say at your level 4, 5, 6, then you'll be in trouble. Probably you will develop into the bloated, poor appetite, diarrhea, pale face, and get this serious one probably lower back pain, nightmare, dry mouth, night sweat, memory focus problems, and some develop into, normally we saw it, heart problem, dialysis, fatty liver problem, all fall under level 4 to 5 to 6. There are so many details, but you just know there are 6 stages. Everybody possesses their own healing ability. If you're young, then you can cast them away. Even you eat all these things. But you're old, then you'll be trouble. If you're self-healing, if you can cast out. But when you are young, for normal day, then you can cast out through 5 ways. Firstly is urination. Let's say you don't urine for hour or day, then you are going to send for the dialysis. The creatinine level will be higher, and above 140, probably 250, you need to go for dialysis for your lifetime. Secondly, passing motion. Like Madam Hyung say, when you berak one time actually consider very mild constipation. You need to, standard one need to go for 2 times or 3 times. You'll be surprised, a lot of kids and also the adult, they're having this problem. Even for people, actually for elderly, if you don't have a passing motion for days, you're gonna stroke very fast. It means the downward stuck, upper also stuck. Sweating also very important. Menstruation must be smooth, especially for the female group. And the last will liver and gallbladder detoxification. They will do yourself when they're young, but you've been exposed too much of the imbalanced food and you don't eat properly. This will cause you problems. But unfortunately, at the level 1, people develop joint pain at the early stage, like COVID, or COVID at time, you have a joint pain, then followed by the feel cold, and also running nose, and also coughing at this early stage. Mostly people, they take it easy way out, the Panadol. When taking this, you will notice that then the toxic actually will stay there. It will move inward to the level 4, 5, 6. At the early stage, at the level 1 to 3, you must know our skin, whole body skin, is the largest organ of the body. This skin, let's say we've been attacked by the flu. If you don't using the traditional way, easy way, quick fix, then your body will become the igloo. It means the inside heating, outside cold. Means your pore is closed.
We take an example like this James Bond movie, 1964. Goldfinger, featuring the Sean Connery. Though there's one Bond girl caught by the villain. They put all the gold paint on the skin, and the girl died. Why the girl die? Why the girl die? Cannot breathe. It's not true. Quite close. Because skin is the very important way of a detox. When the skin pore is closed by the gold finger in this scenario, the liver getting heaty. It's same like us. We don't, let's say we eat, we sleep very late. So we are exposed to aircon at temperature of 15 for hours or for whole days, and our skin pore closed. Then the liver will be heaty. Many people don't really link it to this. If you know this, then you are on the way to the better health already. Okay, this is very important. When the liver heaty, what happens? Then your blood pressure higher. And also, when liver is heaty, some more you don't eat much oil. The liver itself actually produce a lot of cholesterol. Then your cholesterol level will be higher. You must find the link between the skin open and closed problem related to the high blood and the cholesterol problems. So it means at the level 4, 5, 6, if you don't cast out, the toxic actually will go into the very deep layer of the body. Then you'll be in trouble. Then TCM, we use below method, cupping, okay, very simple, acupuncture. Some we're using EA, electric acupuncture, and also the bone setting to put, and some with the herbal decoction, means herbal soup, to cast out. If you're at the early stage, we cast out toxic from the body. If a disease already reached the level 3 to 5, if your toxic level is at oil-based, especially at the small intestine area, so you need to go for overhaul of the Ayurveda methods. So it means whatever toxic in the colon is oil-based. Traditional Chinese medicine, they can tackle this problem easily because it's a water-based, like other medicine about herbal tea, sell in the Shopee. But when it comes to the small intestine, this is very long. This is very 4 meters long. Actually, a lot of toxic, they're actually in the oil form.
You only need oil to remove this oil base of the toxic. That's why the Ayurveda method come into pictures. Now you know when we should adopt Ayurveda. We're combining with the TCM principle. Like we're using the Virachan, we're doing the purgation, cast out those toxic from the small intestine and the colon. This is Basti mostly on the colon. Virachan and Basti. So these two are very important. This is just to know some word, in case people ask you, I don't know about this. Virachan and Basti. The last prevention is the best cure. One must be identify the disease as soon as possible. For if you're at the level 1, 2, 3, how do you know whether your toxic level actually is a level 1 or level 6? Through the tongue diagnosis. Just now I show you the under the tongue, sublingual vein, very dark. And the two vein, very dark, means your liver actually is, in the car, took it as the oil filter. Let's say your car, you don't change the filter, what happened to your car? Your car cannot function properly, and you find your RPM higher. Then the car cannot run properly. The tongue therapy actually very useful. If you find your tongue front part is very reddish, that means you're having very heaty at your tongue. Then you feel you're having experienced some short breath. And same go to this area, lung, stomach. Okay, I will look at different manner. For those understand Chinese, we know this area is heart, this is brain. Let's say you're going to have stroke, and this brain area, you're going to have trouble. You have a dark spot, little spot here. So for those people going to have a blast problems, they find these two areas going to have some funny color here. So from this tongue, you can tell whether the problem actually at the neck, either as at the arm, either at the shoulder, either at the gallbladder area or the liver area, or even the back or the reproductive system area, even to your liver area. So from the tongue can tell a lot of things. That's why the tongue can tell whether you have really the early stage of the breast cancer. Then you can see the postures. Okay, fingerprint, as I mentioned, this can tell whether you are at the level 0 to 10, whether you have start developing the gallbladder problems. Pulsing diagnosis, this one you cannot practice. Usually, this will be practiced by the TCM physician. They can tell where is the problem, where the qi stuck. Palpation diagnosis, you need to touch yourself. This is a very simple way. For car, let's say you see the tire makan one side always, then you know something wrong somewhere for your posture. So you need to do alignment. One very special way we call aging analysis. So we know which is your organs. This is you don't really know. We call it the 5 movement and the 6 climates. For example, they're using the last digit of a year of born. Equivalent 1971, 82, 1993, 94, 84 are the last one. Must be after 21st of the January, every year January. For example, if you're born in 1993, so 3 is the last digit of year element. So you fall under this is 5 year inferior. Means you tend to have heart problems. The biggest heart is heart. So when you're having a case born in the 203 or 2013, so you must be careful. You cannot let them makan ice cream or drink the cold drink or straight away take from the fridge. Don't put much cold drink in the fridge. And don't encourage them having cold drink. Because when having this problem, they are going to have a heart problem when they grow up. Same go to the adult. For example, if you have a lung problem, if you fall under 95, 85, 95, the lung, so you must be very careful of your lung. You must do some cardio exercise to expand your lung capacity. You must be careful of your environment. You're very sensitive to the minor hair, like pets hair and the mites at your bed sheet, or all these things. Usually at the clinic, based on this, we will find what's their major problems. Baji is the analysis. You'll be surprised. In ancient Chinese, they were using this. Only in modern life, we don't use. For example, this case, for those who understand Chinese, based on the year born, month, and the day, and the time. So we derive for this for 3 wood element, which means the gallbladder. So in the year of a wood dragon years, so we have wood here. So means got 4 wood element. Okay, like mahjong, if it's 3, then you collect a lot of money, very serious. Like let's say have 4, then we're in big trouble. Then it will cost a lot of money. This is how we check through our daily practice. Conclusion and advice, if you are a house, you must make sure your door is closed, the window is closed. Don't eat whatever you want. Actually, you have some condition in the health. And don't leave the back door open. The thief will come back from the door. So you enjoy good food, so you don't take precaution, you don't take any preventive action, the thief will come in and steal your money. Lastly, you don't need to know how an engine works to drive a car. You just drive a car. And in your circle of the people, you at least might have one TCM sensei. They will guide you through. It's true. Or whatever, could be Western doctor. Be one Western doctor, one TCM sensei in your circle. Get to know them. Then they will give you sincere advice. They will treat you through many TCM methods like acupuncture, moshibashan, gua sha acupuncture, acupressure, herbal book bath, tuina, bakwan, EA, Chinese herb, and also Ayurveda methods. That's all for my talk today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wee Tong, for an insightful sharing with us today on the integration of TCM as well as Ayurveda therapy for a holistic approach of good health for all of us. We shall open the floor for Q&A from the audience. Over there, there's one.
Mr. Wee, thank you very much. Yeah, can you be my friends in my circle of friends? Okay, regarding scoliosis, right? According to Western methods, right? It is incurable. Incurable. Can TCM?
Depends on what stage. They're calling using Cobb angle, COBB-ANGLE. This is to judge whether it's serious or not serious. If you above 24, there are way to measure. We don't go into details. They say above 24, much more difficult. Usually most of them will ask you to wear very expensive suit. They will not collect. They will not, let's say for the children at the age of 14 to 18, they wear this, they will not get more serious. But it won't collect back much. For TCM methods, we look into the internal problems. We also using the I mentioned very frequently about the EA, electrical acupuncture. For example, people for the leg lumbar problem, we actually the needle will pop in this direction because this group of muscle very stiff, and the other group of muscle don't have power. So we relax this group of muscle and enhance the other group of muscle to correct the posture.
How about the thoracic one? The thoracic, the scoliosis.
Which
the thoracic part? Type A part, yes.
Thoracic is the same way. Let's say thoracic are on usually the right side higher, so they will pop from here. Here. And the other side, we're using this, you're using the different frequency. Okay. So because I also own the training house, so I invite the one sensei from China, they especially specialize on this, using the EA methods to collect the postures. There are ways to operate this using this way, but very rare people. In Malaysia, only 40, 50 people know how to do them, but they practice daily smoothly, not many of them. But there's a hope, if you're not, you look at the Cobb angle. The Cobb angle is not very serious. It can be collected.
40 degrees?
40 degrees will be more challenging.
More challenging.
More challenging.
Is there an age limit?
We have patients 14 years old, we're up to 70 over years old.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to share my own experience. Last time when my daughter was in primary school, so there's a doctor from the government that checked. Then I found that one side of the shoulder, the bone drop. See the specialist. So check, actually nothing wrong, because children they tend to sleep when they read books, when they sit properly, should be okay. That is the experience I want to share with you all. The second thing is, I want to know whether you also use the knife treatment. The knife.
Knife.
Using the knife treatment.
It means DN.
I don't know because
Joint needle.
there's one using knife.
Small one, nice.
No, like a big knife.
Big knife. No. We don't use this. TCM, we don't use this.
I don't know because I know this Chinese tradition, they use a knife.
No. Very few. Actually, very risky. Very risky. We don't practice that manner.
I don't know because traditional medicine is very ancient. Many thousand years ago, this is passed from our ancestors. So maybe in the midst of this, some of these things already we have forgotten. So this is what I mean. I know this using the knife.
There are many ways. Some using hammer, some more. Big hammer. You can find at the TikTok. Very impressive.
Well, last time I heard, this is what I heard. So somebody fractured the leg, the bones. So then they not properly cure. So what's the next stage? As you said, they use a hammer and whack the bones and then they cure again. This is what I heard. I don't know whether it's true or not.
Nowadays, we're using call it activator. Activator is kind of like gun. No, we I don't know some of you heard before. We call it activator. So this is actually MCT way activator method chiropractic technique. So this we also practice this way. Some because in TCM school, university the syllabus they don't cover this part. So some of the TCM physician they will actually learn it from others. So must be proper trained. They must have been well trained before. Some they don't train. They just saw people they also So if you go to this, then you might get injured. So you must check their background properly. Then you only go for them. Okay, next.
All right, thank you. One question over here.
Yeah, I've got actually two questions.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Okay, one is you mentioned about skin. My dad is over 80 lah. He has very bad eczema and just couldn't stop scratching and has gone to many specialists. And now he's getting older. He's even like with no aircon, so his skin is very thin. So I don't know if there's a TCM method that can help or any is it food intake or whatever, I'm not quite sure. But Western medicine is really quite bad. It's not curing him for
You've been using the steroid kind of the lotion many years.
Yes, lotion, steroid lotion. I think he's also sometimes take some pills and it's just not, So I don't know if that's...
This skin problem actually they fall under the Ayurveda methods.
Okay.
I used to have a case people after the COVID injection. The patient actually is a vet, quite young at the age of 28, and her sister also having a problem. They inject the American brand, I don't want to mention. So after they developed kind of skin problem, and they're only using the oil-based, the castor oil, 1 time, 2 times, the symptom much subsided.
So castor oil.
We don't simply buy and use. So we must be properly guided. Sometimes we must see the situation, whether they have other problems or not.
Okay, all right.
Sometimes you will find this problem, visually TCM, if you have a skin problem, definitely you will terrosis at the tree, must be singing a bit. This one must be collected. Then plus the internal problem. Definitely this fellow must have a digestion problem. You must fix the digestion problems. Then together with the Ayurveda method, then only can fix the problem.
Okay. All right.
One of the way you might try we don't give full promise. 包生仔 you know.
But if because he got a lot of problem at 80 plus, right?
Eating a lot of Western medicines. You
Yeah,
can imagine
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
all the toxic acid, AMA, you know, all
Yeah,
accumulated
yeah.
at the liver area.
Okay.
Then you will go the wet market, then see the G-gon very dark, you won't buy also. So must be very dark you know. The oil filter stem jam there, take times you know. You won't see overnight. But in TCM way, if we're giving herbal, we are also for quick fix. Just pills, eat some pills for this kind of disease. Actually, they are focusing more on the red cell count problem, the quality of red cell count, where it's not there because of digestion problem, related to the leaking gut as well. Must tackle the internal problem, then you pack into the Ayurveda method, probably it can work well.
Okay.
Second question?
Yeah, second question is about the gallstones, right? You were talking about it.
Gallstone problem? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. What if there are gallstones, but it's not bothering you, but actually the doctor is asking you to remove it as a prevention?
How big is it? How many mm?
Can't recall.
My recent case is 44 mm.
Yeah, but is there a
Cannot eat it.
But if let's say it's not bothering, right? Not bothering you, but you have gallstones there. Is there
I'll show you one case, recently case.
Yeah.
The patient come to me, they actually, I cannot show the face. The fellow actually, the face very yellow. The eye also yellow. So he come here, his doctor say he's got kidney problem. He come to me. I say, this is not kidney problem. This is kidney stone problem. You better go and check, go to the ultrasound. And go and check, just now I mentioned, 44 mm. And one small mm at the pie duct, and the other stuck there, 11.7. That he was told 10 years ago, the gallbladder stone is small, can just leave it alone. Am I answering your question?
I'm actually just want to know whether if we don't remove it, because it's,
It will getting bigger.
but is it better to, is that a
Food,
method or a
food alone, they will stay there. Because it's about the whether the pie duct, the open of the gallbladder pie duct. It got timing one, you know. Every morning you eat some food, the pie duct opening will open a bit. Then all the gallbladder fluid will go into your digestive system through the duodenum and to your stomach. If the stone too big, then it will stuck there. Then actually we won't have good digestion system. You must take preventive action. I can't think of other way. Let's say it's smaller, got chance. You check to the Madam Hyung, they remove it, quite big stone one. It show many examples. It's whether you believe in or not. No. In TCM, usually how I do, we ask the fellow going to the ultrasound. Like in Kung Fu, people say, you 唔見棺材唔掉嚟眼淚. So people see the report, this, wow, the big, so big. Habis lah. Then they have committed to use Ayurveda way. Otherwise, they just take it. Then after 10 years, same thing happened to my other patient. No choice. So big already. I have to go for the removal. And removal got a lot of problem in imagine. I have a friend, they have initially here pain. The fellow is a banker. Then after 6 months, before that he went for the Subang Medical. They say, just pain, take some painkiller. After 6 months, pain like hell. Then pecah inside. Then remove the gallbladder stone. Then after at the age, at 60, the fellow aged very fast. Aged very, very fast. Like the old man. So it's better to keep your gallbladder clean, healthy.